Shri Derek O'Brien.
Oh, can you pass me the paper, please? Sir, for the last 190 days, I've been trying to find at least half a reason to agree with something this HRD ministry does. Because for the last 180, 190 days, their best friend has been Mr. Controversy. Whatever they've tried to do, either controversy has followed them or they have followed controversy. Be it on Teachers' Day, where we are still not sure whether the students were allowed to listen to the speech or they were given a choice and they had to clarify that later, whether the Prime Minister's speech was compulsory or not compulsory. Then there was a big controversy about who had what degree or didn't have a degree. Then the other controversy about which third language came and which third language went. Then there was another controversy about one Mr. Dinanath Batra, if you remember. He was the person who was responsible for the banning of Doniger's book of Penguin India. So there was a controversy there as to how many meetings he was having and what agenda he was making out for the HRD. Then there was a controversy and a concern where members of Vidya Bharati, the big educational network of the RSS, were having meeting upon meeting. Of course, it's the minister's prerogative to meet whoever she wants, whenever she wants. That's the prerogative of the minister. But there was a concern, and these controversies.
They are not members of this August House, so kindly have them.
No, you
Yeah.
cannot take the name of any person who cannot come and defend here.
I'm not saying anything, sir. I did not say anything bad. I just said he had a meeting.
I'm sorry, I could not. What did you? No.
I have not said anything.
What is that?
I have made no allegation. I have made no allegation. I know. Now my time has gone.
Okay. It's all right.
My precious time.
I will.
You know, sir, when I mention that abbreviation, I know it's a touchy issue, but I've mentioned it in the past, and I will mention it till I feel and the country feels that this educational system of ours is untouched, at least in terms of making the majority voice the only voice. So today, after all this controversy, I am actually delighted that I can stand up here and say, good with this triple IITs. It's a good move. It's a very good move. And in fact, different people get their inspirations from different people, and that's fair enough. So I heard the inspiration which inspired this bill when the minister was speaking about it. I also have got my inspiration from a different source. In the last 3 years, we haven't had a slogan for West Bengal. No fancy slogans. But there are 3 or 4 points in the world of IT which I want to share. So it may inspire everybody to move in this direction. For example, 3 years ago, there were 90,000 people employed in Bengal in the IT sector. Today, that figure is 1,20,000. 3 years ago, IT exports out of Bengal was 8,000. Today, it's 11,000. Today, you'll have come up with this bill for the triple IITs. In June, my colleague, the Finance Minister, Dr. Amit Mitra, announced in Bengal the triple IIT in Bengal, which started at Kalyani. And now it is working in a temporary campus. The triple IIT on a different mode, this is on the PPP mode, will now move, has a tie-up with BESU, and it's on 50 acres, already in a temporary accommodation for the last 4 months. And next year, it will be on a 50-acre plot. So this is an inspirational story from Bengal. Specifically to the bill, I have a couple of suggestions. One, it may be a good idea, like they do in some international universities, when the students join, their fees and their hostel charges, some of them cannot make those fees and hostel charges. It may be a nice idea to provide them a soft loan, and then over a period of time when they get a job, they give post-dated checks. So they, in effect, are earning their education after they get a job. This is number one. And the second suggestion I have is again to protect these students. There are a lot of big ideas, technological ideas, which will perhaps come out of these institutes. Is there a way which the minister could kindly consider to see that the patents, when they create it, is held not only by the institution, but the young boy or the young girl who's created this also has some right on that patent. So much, sir, and I'm very, very happy to note that one of the strong recommendations of the standing committee, of which I was a part of, along with Mr. Mungekar and many others, that there should be some state government representation on that body, on the main body. That has been done. We appreciate that. And the last point, sir, before I conclude, is that this is one model where this is a centrally funded model. The other model, which is state, center, and PPP, there are lots of issues there, especially with coming to who gives the land. I would urge the ministry not to rush into that, because that is a pretty complicated affair, to get the states on board so at the end of it all, everyone lives happily ever after. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Derek O'Brien.